As the world recovers from the century-long last war, which devastated the population and left the great nation of Sire a smoldering ruin, the continent of Beaure remembers those lost in the year of our kingdom, 982. However, as the world slowly heals, there was always something festering and growing ever hungry in the darkness. An elite organization, known as the Bureau of Occultic Observations, is always on standby, staying vigilant against any magical threat that may shatter this tenuous peace. This is their legacy. This is Tales of Adventure, Agents of B.O.O. And welcome back.
Jesus Christ, it feels like we missed out on this for a while.
For those of you listening, I made a mistake in my vocal vocabulary, and I have not heard the end
Jesus Christ, stop beating yourself up over it.
Yeah, twice. Am I allowed to say that, or am I going to burst into flames?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably both.
That's why I haven't said it.
All right, let's let the
Welcome
DM tell us.
back to Tales of Adventure, Agents of B.O.O.
Delicious.
As always, I am your host with the most and the sadistic master of this evening, Dapper Wombat. And with me here are my intrepid my players and
Look,
friends.
we're episodes fast. They know we're victims.
Okay, and with my victims here, starting with my most immediate left, who is not in disembodied voice in my black mirror of a computer. Can you please introduce yourself?
Welcome back for myself. I am David. I also play Zhao Kan, aka Kite. Yeah, no, I don't really come out here a lot.
No, I mean...
I can't.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I
your
really
shit
can't.
is a long-ass drive for you.
Oh, no, it is a long-ass drive. But honestly, it's fun to actually
I
come and
can't
do this
stress how
live.
long of a drive it is, really.
No, it's...
No, God, no. I live in the nicer area of...
Excuse me.
And I oop.
And with that, and I oop, who are you?
Hi everyone, it's your current PRW Women's Champion, Breezy Van Buren. I play Ayana Dazzler, and she is a half-elf bard. Half-elf bell? Alright, I quit.
Sitting right across the table from me.
What's up, y'all? It's Matt again, former PRW heavyweight champion, and
So you
playing
did
your...
get the job done.
and play... Excuse me. And playing your human arcane trickster, Rogue.
Alright. I like this. And...
Trust.
Rogue One. Is that his nickname now?
No. Well, we'll figure that. We'll fix that in post. It's fine. And to the next of Matt.
This is a sad one.
Also didn't get the job done.
Shut up, you giant oaf.
Former...
No, not former. No, I won't say it.
I'll say it for him. Former North American and YouTube champion.
Ouch.
How does it feel to be a double loser? Especially the shadows.
Fuck that guy.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Sir Leonard, and I am a very sad cleric today.
Oh, poor Sir Leonard. It's alright, you can always hide in your shell.
I can.
Unless Bloodhound decides to remove it again.
Please no.
It's okay, Lady Kins.
And last but not least, my sweetie
Oh,
who's been
definitely.
through me,
Least,
the
yeah.
love
The
and
one-
light of my life.
The one who has yet to win a title. I have yet to win a title. So, yeah. But it's me, the home-screwed, home-brewed barbarian, Gildart's Thundercaller.
You're fine. We'll edit it out.
Yeah. James, you can edit the part not where people are making their introductions, but when I'm on.
We should start Jared's over again.
There you go.
Ow, Tully's
Go ahead,
freaking
Jared.
tail.
I am the home-screwed, home-brewed barbarian, Gildart's Thundercaller, Jared, and I'm also still single.
Oh man, that shirt
So is
is
Leonard.
that shirt
Especially
shit,
after losing his title last night.
that shirt shit sucks and still seems like a personal problem. Man, oh man, golly gee. Well, I guess after. Hi, also, you guys can probably hear it. Matt has dogs, and Drogo and Tully just kind of burst into the scene. They like being around
They
people.
play D&D. We
Yeah.
play too.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we want to play D&D too. It's like, well, I mean, I can't murder Matt's dog, so.
Tully's going like, can I eat those?
I mean, I could.
How much do you charge?
I like them. They're
Not
good.
enough to let mom let you.
Yeah, no. See, I don't have to deal with
Mom
you. I
doesn't
gotta
have to
deal
know.
with mom.
I mean,
So how about that weather?
can we get new
Oh,
buddies?
yeah.
Would you like to know, Weather Boy?
Alright.
So, with that being said, I'm gonna bring it back over, as always, to Matt. Do you have any special news about Project Revolution Wrestling?
Ow. I come to you today as John Francis, who had to get his ass whooped yesterday
Sad.
by a part-time and wannabe superstar. Now I know how you guys feel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm feeling pretty
But
good.
you can still check out PRW on YouTube at Project Revolution Wrestling. And breaking news, we will be adding matches again starting in March. So there will be
What?
brand new content on the PRW YouTube page. So keep an eye out for that. Subscribe, hit that bell. Make sure you only watch my matches because the rest of these guys suck.
I mean, I don't wrestle.
And you can watch the rise and fall of Mike Balls, who rose to the YouTube championship and then quickly and expeditiously lost it in tremendous fashion.
I mean, it could be worse.
What could be worse?
No, okay.
Could be worse.
What?
Could be two former champs.
You could watch a Primal match.
Yeah, I mean, that's a terrible match to watch, but could be worse.
Eh.
John Francis could have won. What a horrible outcome.
We could have had him as champion again.
Oh,
It'd
God.
be like Super Cena.
I would like to shoot Gildarts, please. I should have sneak attack. This
Okay,
is a surprise.
I didn't say we were in.
This is a surprise, though. So.
Right, but I didn't tell
We're
you.
in a surprise round. I surprised you too.
First and foremost, I didn't.
I'm rolling initiative.
There we go. With all of that being said, once again, as chaotic as ever, first off, once again, we're sorry. And secondly,
No, we're not.
Secondly, you all can hear this and more on our webpage, www.realityisaSocialConstruct.wordpress.com. Once again, that is www.riasc.wordpress.com. And unless anybody else has anything else to plug, yes, no, maybe you want to throw insults at me again? That was fun.
I think you look sexy.
Oh, thanks, babe.
I mean,
Jesus Christ. Let's just
At
get
least
going.
someone does.
Oh, that's good.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's okay. Jesus Christ loves you.
no, he doesn't.
With
How
all
much
of,
does he love you? This much.
with all of that,
Wow! Wow! I really wish we had video for that. Holy shit, dude!
with all of that
We can't have him playing D&D
being
with us.
said,
can we?
with all of that being said, we're gonna take it back to the world of Eberron, the continent of Beaure, the country of Breland, the city of Sharn, and at the Bureau of Occultic Observations. I'm just putting in this pause so that when we get intro, this will kind of help James out. So,
Hey,
James, when we get intro,
random
you can-
insults.
Did I
Fuck the
get canceled
sheep.
yet?
Yeah, so James, when we get an intro, you can put this right here.
You smell bad and your face look like a goose.
Alright, we're
Pussy
coming
Pearl
back
insults the teeth.
in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Dark
1.
white.
Last time on Tales of Adventure, Agents of Boo. Love it. After making your way through the Death House simulation and graduation arc, you all came face to face in the basement. After getting some of your equipment back from the stag that you figured out it is Gustav, who probably got turned into a stag or his soul trapped in the stuffed stag by his wife, led you all, or gave you directions into the basement. You all made your way through the crypt, avoiding the various traps and pitfalls. Yeah, that's fine. I can cut this part out. Hey, Mom. Hey.
No, my phone.
No.
Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna pause.
Oh, that's what address.
There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna restart the intro.
I can safely say that we are two halves on a
5,
whole idiot.
4, 3, 2, 1. So, last time on Tales of Adventure, Agents of Boo, our heroes, our agents, rookie agents, were finishing up the final trials of the Death House simulation, whereupon, knowing that Gustav was turned or had his soul stuffed into the body of the deer who was wandering and stalking everybody throughout the house, trying to control his urges and the wishes of his wife not to kill you all. You all found the secret passageway after putting the Durst children to rest, back in the very first room where you all got attacked. You went down the stairs and found the basement to be a crypt of sorts. You all made your way through, passing and solving my mimic puzzle, and finally made your way to the sacrificial chamber, where Trest still had the skull, and it was whispering softly in his ear. As you all made your way to the final room, there we go, you all encountered the robed cultists, some of them ghastly and deathly pale and hollow, like the dancing skeletons that Sir Leonard saw.
Spooky, scary skeleton.
And you were greeted by Elizabeth, who came to you all with a smile on your face and was ready to see if you all made a choice. That if one of you stayed, the rest of you could go, and if not, then you all would die.
More like Elizabeth, am I right?
Hey!
Elizabeth. No.
I'd like to leave
With-
the group with knowing the fact
I'll
that the
show
Demons will spot
myself
us.
With everyone getting ready into position, Trask stealthily hiding his way behind a pillar, unseen to even his allies. And with Zhao Ken stepping up, practically egging Elizabeth on, in one move, he attacked, slicing Elizabeth's face open, but with Elizabeth retorting and controlling Trask by having him from hiding with sneak attack and advantage on his damage roll, shoot Zhao Ken in the back, where Zhao Ken was instantly dropped.
One shot, one kill.
Traitor!
And I realized, because your HP was what? Your HP was 17? And
No, it was 20.
Okay.
It dropped all the way down to
Okay,
0.
that's right. 'Cause he got you for 20 points, right?
He got me for 21.
Okay, yeah.
That fucking one.
I should have realized I should have made you roll death saving throws, but I think Sir Leonard got to you in time. But it's
Yes.
fine.
No, I had to wait
I
2
stopped
rounds.
combat.
I had to wait
That's
2
right.
rounds when they started the combat.
That's right. So, with initiating combat, you saw Elizabeth's
You made him do a
form.
death roll. He made it. He saved. He did
I
one
did do 2
save.
different rolls.
That's right. Thank
I
you.
did do one.
That's right. You did. Thank you. With Elizabeth transforming and mutating into a horrible, shambling mound of a monster, the incomplete form of the demon known as the Decayer. While combat ensued, Trask made a deal and pulled out the skull from before. Interested in what Trask was willing to do, combat stopped, where Elizabeth was wanting to draw Trask closer into her sludge-like form. But Trask, with a plan and determination in his eye, shot and destroyed the skull, which seemed to have been the key all along, and instantly destroyed Elizabeth.
And then the fun happened.
With a tear in my eye!
And not to take all the, fun out of it, but I did call the skull. You guys didn't hear it, but I called it.
He did. He called it.
With Sir Leonard calling the skull. As soon as Elizabeth dropped, the apparitions of the cult faded with her, and so did the crumblings of the house start to begin. You all made your way, and through some very, very wacky antics of turning the oil that was coming in and making everything slick into a goddamn water slide, you all managed to get your way out of the house as it crumbled, and with all of the Durst family saying goodbye. As you all were reveling, you looked up at the time, and you saw that you finished well within the time period. The illusion faded, the simulation ended, with Yesen, the rest of the crew, and some other recruits/agents that you all haven't met yet. Yesen gave you all your official final task, whereupon everybody but Zhao Ken stepped forward to receive a box. In it, you all got your official Hounds Division badge. So,
Oh yeah, why are you even here?
So,
You ditched us!
I would like to pick up now with Zhao Ken, as this would be the first thing I like to resolve first. So, Zhao Ken, after coming through this, as this is probably about maybe a minute or two, so you have a couple of minutes before you get to Zero.
Yeah.
You presume he's probably in the library. What's going on in Zhao Ken's mind after experiencing what he did in the graduation? And especially because you were the one who spent the most time with the children and knew what the happenings on about the house.
Right. Honestly, in my head is basically like mistrust basically in the agency. Honestly, just that we're going into it blindly. We didn't know too much about the agency in the first place. We're going off of just stories that Gildard's probably had heard, or rumors. And honestly, it's just like, I'm pissed, mainly because of what they went through. And there were there were a lot of inconsistencies when I was going through what had happened inside of it. Okay. So it was pretty much about that, along with what was going on with the children, because it's like you have to see everything all over, and it's just like, what the hell is going on here? So it's just like, I would not wish that on Zara, because he's the only child that I have, too.
Okay.
So that's why it's just like, from what Yosen said before the trial, and then after, it's just like, really not openly trusting any of them right now. I'd rather try and find another alternative, but I do want to talk to Zara first.
Okay. Easy enough. You know that Zara, especially ever since you all came here, probably about a couple of weeks ago, you know that Zara really just likes chilling out in the library. He's just a very avid reader ever since the days that you also found him.
Yeah.
And he just always loves burying his nose in a book. And you see that he's kind of like writing in, and I think we actually forgot to fully describe what Zara looks like, but what does Zara look like?
Zara, so for what you were describing, he does carry a journal with him.
Mm-hmm.
He writes a lot of things, actually. He doesn't fully understand.
Right.
Like human empathy, or doesn't know how to really show it. but he's basically what we already called a night bleeder or black blood.
A night blood.
A night
He's
blood.
specifically a night blood soldier.
Yeah. Short. I don't know why he wears glasses. They're not prescribed. He really. I honestly. Here's how that happened. We found them on our way back.
And he just liked them. Hey, he could just have a good fact.
They don't even have glasses in them.
Yeah,
just the frame.
They're actually the old Kanye West glasses with the little...
with the little shades.
Yeah.
Except for glasses.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We just I just happened to find glass and just fixated them to the actual frame. It's just like, okay, here you go. Here's glasses, I guess. No, Small Red Child almost has every look that he gives you is more of a questioning look.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't register a lot of emotions. But that's also my fault for what had happened when we met. Pretty much small in stature, about how old did we say? I think he was 12.
I think we said he was
about 12 years old. So we would assume probably there's some pretty tall as 12-year-olds. Let's go 5'6". Yeah.
Jesus, that's as tall as my mom.
My sister's only 5 foot.
So you see, as you kind of walk into the library, Zara once again has a stack of books, and he kind of is pushing his frames up and kind of scribbling stuff and looking at books.
Yeah.
You actually see that his hairstyle is different. Usually you see his very silverish white hair, or almost kind of a platinum blonde colored hair. Normally he just kind of wears it down. Just kind of slicks it back sometimes, but usually just kind of wears it down naturally.
Yeah.
You see that his hair is actually kind of in a cool little braid that almost kind of has
I probably put the
tails
braid.
almost.
I probably put the braid in his hair.
And you see that he kind of looks up and goes, "Oh, hi, Dad. How'd it go?"
Who did that to your hair?
Oh, and you see he kind of scratches a little bit and say, "Oh, Mr. Barklin came by. He did it. He said he was really good with kids. Well, he was telling me fascinating stories about he and his life and the 7 kids that he has. He said he got really good at doing hair, so I wanted to try it out, and, well, I like it." And you see he kind of takes his pen and just kind of swirls his hair with it, kind of playing, like you said, playing, but also kind of observing how it moves and such. And he kind of writes something down in his journal.
That's great. Listen, I wanted to ask you something.
Yes.
How do you feel about this place?
How do I feel?
Do you feel, I don't know, safe? Maybe, do you trust some of the people here maybe? Or is it is there something that you've seen while we're away doing these trainings that may not make you, I don't know, comfortable or feel adequately safe?
You see Zara kind of stops for a second and kind of takes his frames off his face and kind of places them and closes his book, and he kind of folds his hand on top of his notebook and kind of thinks about it for a second and goes, I don't believe so, Father. Well, certainly I do have my doubts and suspicions about how a organization like this does run and is able to stay hidden for quite some time, but they don't seem insidious or in malcontent. Everyone seems really nice, and, well, the director is a paladin, so I would assume she technically can't tell a lie. I'm not sure how that translates well into being a director of once again, a semi-shadowy hidden organization, but they seem nice. I would require more data to further analyze the situation.
As soon as it says that in the back of my mind, yeah, they're a paladin, but that doesn't mean they have to tell you the whole truth.
Indeed. And you see he kind of looks back and goes, why? Did something happen? Your face is not, well, you usually do look angry, but your face looks more troubling. With doubt? Doubt. And you see he kind of points his pencil and he goes, that, and you see he's kind of tracing out, almost kind of he's trying to figure out your eyes and your mouth, your patterns. He goes, that is the face of concern, correct?
Yes, you guessed right.
Ah.
As always.
You see, he writes it down in his notebook.
Something did happen during the trials, but maybe it's something that we'll talk about for another day.
Of course.
Because I know how much you love stories, and boy, do I have one for you.
Yes, I love stories. I love learning more about whatever I can.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know if I'd want to stay here. I'm not sure if we should, but Gildart seems to trust it, although he's also sometimes oblivious and just very straightforward in his movements. So.
That is understandable, though from what I learned about Uncle Gildarts, it seems to be he's wanted to do this for quite some time. And while that I suppose has given him some sort of blind judgment to the situation, I don't believe, again, it's anything out of any malice. He simply just wishes to do the best he can, unfortunately in the situation that he was brought up in.
You know something?
Mm-hmm.
They did hand out the badges right after.
Oh, yes.
I told Yosin to go fuck himself, though.
Oh, is that correct?
Well, I kind of just walked off because I was still pissed at him. So.
Well, you see Zara kind of stops and goes, well, actually, Miss Vicerin spoke to me before, and she wanted me to give you this. And you see that he kind of like turns, goes through his stuff, and you see he pulls out a small wooden box. The same one that you saw after you guys got out of the death house. She goes...
My concern... Now my face expression definitely does change to like...
She wanted me to give this to you.
Bruh.
Son of a bitch.
She told me not to open it. She figured that you would want to talk to me first.
I open the box.
Okay, you open the box, and you see it is a beautiful, near mint condition badge that says the Bureau of Occultic Observation, Hounds Division, with the symbol of a Cerberus head in the middle, and an emblem of a dragon on top.
I just showed it to Zara.
Oh.
It looks like that.
That is very remarkable. That is very beautiful in the intricacy.
Yeah.
I think
Is
you
there
should
anything else
keep
in
it
the box?
No.
Okay.
That was just it.
Good. I was about to say, the last thing I need is a letter saying it.
He goes, I think you should keep it, Dad. At least from what you were telling me, from a strategic standpoint, because we don't have anything else to go upon and we don't have any leverage to the situation, I would suggest that probably the best tactical outcome would be to help out for the time being until we find something better. And who knows, maybe your mind might change over time.
Yeah, plus I can't certainly leave Gildarts to die now, can I?
I mean, I suppose you could, but he is your brother in a sense.
True. That was one of Teacher's words.
Indeed. I'm
Welcome
sorry.
me back to them.
Yes, I would love it.
Let's go and actually put these books back, because there's like 20 of them. Again, you can only... Why do you check out so many? You know there's like a limit.
I know, but sometimes when I don't like reading them anymore, I like building them in really high towers. It kind of makes me feel like I'm a dragon, but instead of hoarding gold and jewels, I hoard books. And you see, he kind of like takes a stack of books, and kind of folds his hands out, and he kind of rests his chin, and he goes, "Rar." And with that,
Speaking of bras, I pull Tycho out my bag.
okay, with that, you pull Tycho out of your bag. You guys are still in the simulation room. Yasen is still sitting at her desk with everybody. Most people have kind of cleared out now, so it's just Yasen and a couple other handful of people. And you see Yasen kind of still with her arms crossed. She goes, well, I suppose we can start this off the easiest way. So, questions, comments, concerns?
Is Vectory still there?
Yeah, you see Vectory standing on Yasen's left side.
Can I go to the infirmary?
Oh, yes. Sorry about that. You see that Yasen looks at one of the other agents that you all haven't recognized, and you see as they step up, a shifter, probably female in appearance. You see that her features are more bare and Ursine-like, much like bloodhounds. You see that she is in kind of like a combination of a monk's robe and a monk's scrub, or like a monk's robe and a nurse's scrub, with a with a lab coat on. You see that her sleeves are rolled up, and you see that she has these massive ass like forearms and mitts. And she goes, "Bone Setter, can you?" She goes, "Yeah, I can." Hey, how you doing? You need some healing?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. We need to set your nose first, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second. You see that she kind of like takes you over to the side, and she goes, "All right. On the count of 3, I'm gonna set your nose completely straight. Ready?
Okay.
1, and she sets your nose.
Ah!
And you heal. Let's see. You heal 12 HP. As that, like, even though it kind of like that brief pain, you actually feel something kind of like move throughout your body, and you feel better. You feel a lot looser, and you feel nicer.
Okay, I'm gonna flow up again.
Okay. She goes, "Yeah, sorry about that. What do you need help with?"
I got slammed.
Right. All right. And you see that she basically like she's like, "All right, get on your knees."
Alright, get down.
Okay. You see that she takes one of her hands and like puts it on your neck, and like her thumb is in like your shoulder blade, and her finger is almost coming on your clavicle, and twist your head to the side where it kind of is craning, and she takes your arm and pulls it out where she's holding on to the wrist. She goes like, "All right, you ready?
Yep.
1, 2, and you see that she puts it back into place, and you heal. You heal 12 points, and you feel really nice.
After that happens, I blurt out, "Marry me."
She goes, "Oh." She kind of like lets go and just kind of lets you fall over. She's like, "Oh,
Sorry. Just
You see, Bloodhound just kind of looks over and goes. You see, she's just kind of looking over suspiciously, looks back at Bone Setter, and just kind of gets back in her normal standing position. She goes, "I mean, anybody else who needs healing? I mean, I'm kind of here for that." Or no? Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna.
I look at Ayana after I say that. They'll like marry me. She's like,
What?
So that's your type, huh?
I'm never gonna get that date now, am I?
She's like, "I don't know what's going on. I'm just here with my mom, so I'm gonna go back now." She goes, and you hear your son go, "Yes. Thank you, Bone Setter. You're dismissed." I was like, "Good. I'll be back in the lab I'll be back in the med bay if you need me." And you see that she walks out. So again, questions, comments, concerns?
Beckery,
Yes.
walk with me a bit.
Well, is there anything important that you need to do now?
Soon, if nothing else, is there a briefing?
Well, and you see Yasen kind of pipes up and goes, "Well, I was under the assumption that I would give you all the debriefing now, but if you all will wish to take a break, that I have nothing else on my docket for
I
today."
need my head to be checked out.
Huh.
I think a break would be nice for the group.
All right, then. Well, by all means. You see Yasen kind of stands up, and as she does, the desk just disappears. She goes, "Very well. Well, find me in my office." Proceeds to walk away, and you all just kind of break. Who's going to go do something first?
I'm gonna go to the psych ward.
Heading to
Okay.
the armory and motioning Beckery to.
All right. You
Want to
see-
get drunk?
Okay, so I'm going to start with Vekri and Trask first.
Okay.
You see Vekri's just kind of walking beside you. And I don't think I actually fully described Vekri. So I think Vekri, for people at home, Vekri is an elf. He appears to be male. You see that he kind of he's very palish skin. You see that he kind of has a undercut almost, that his hair that is slicked back. You see that he mostly wears hoods and like very loose fitting clothing, but you see that while one arm has his sleeve and his uniform, the other arm, his left arm, is almost completely bandaged in these leather wraps. And he goes, "Yes, what's on your mind, Trust?"
There's a lot of dark magic at play in there.
Indeed.
I feel like having more magic on our side would help.
I believe so.
I was wondering if you knew anything about getting something to focus my energy so that I could cast spells a little easier.
Valkyrie is going to make a pure luck check. He goes, kind of stops for a second and thinks, yes, there is someone that both Clark and I worked under. If you would like, I can get you introduced once all your official debriefing is done.
Perfect.
Very good.
I also need a new gun.
Oh, yes, that was, well, that I suppose was what Yasen and Fix-It we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I just feel like a little longer range is more my speed. What do you think of these others?
You see, he kind of stops and goes, they certainly have potential, just like you.
Of course.
Is there anything you're particularly fishing for?
That Gildart fellow.
What about him?
That hammer he carries around.
It is an interesting hammer. Seen and heard about it once before.
There's something off about it, and he seems to be hiding something.
Well,
If we're going to be a team, I'd rather there not be secrets.
don't you have secrets of your own? You see, he kind of like smirks and lifts up an eyebrow towards you.
My secrets wouldn't endanger the group.
You'd be surprised sometimes, but I understand. But, once again, that is, I believe, a conversation with you and your new team.
That's fair. So it is my team.
Well, the team that you are a part of. You are in the collaboration of it.
I share a laugh with him. And
Yeah, he's just fucking laughing.
I'm picking up a rifle.
Okay, yeah. You go to the armory, pick up a rifle. Anybody else? Yes.
Second ward.
Okay, you're going to the psych ward.
Yep.
You see now that the psych ward is kind of in the same bay as the medicine bay, and you see you see Bone Setter, who's kind of like looking at a couple of charts of some patients that are wrapped in bandage. He goes, "Oh, shit, it's you again. Hey, did you need something else or?"
Yeah, I was hearing voices in the house, and
Oh,
they kind of haven't stopped.
Okay. I mean, if you can get seated, I can go get my mom. She's more of a licensed psychiatrist, believe it or not.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Just have a seat and fill out these forms. You see that she kind of like...
I
it's still kind of a little awkward. It just kind of like gives you the
I grabbed the forms, just like filling them out, just like...
Okay.
It's like this, married. Whoa.
You, after filling out the forms for a couple minutes, you hear a voice go, "So, heard you hearing voices?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear voices in my head. They talk to me.
Do they understand you?
They counsel me.
Well, how about we step in my office real quick, yeah?
Yeah.
And you see that, like, Bloodhound, in her usual demeanor, she has now been more relaxed. You see that she actually has on, like, a counselor's cardigan and kind of, like, some like, framed glasses.
I imagine I go to lay down on the couch and she's just like, "What are you doing?" and pushes me out and she lays down and I have to sit in the chair.
Yeah. It's like you lay on the couch, she's like, "What are you doing?" And just pulls the couch up and tosses you off, and then she lays down and she points to the chair. She goes, "Alright, tell me what's going on. When did these voices start?"
First rage.
First rage. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw the feed. Man, you're a barbarian like me, huh?
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
A lot of uncontrolled anger,
Yeah, that sounds like a rage.
but a lot of voices telling me how to focus the anger, but none helpful right now.
Huh. Do the voices tell you other things? Are the voices in the sense of telling you to harm yourself as well? Because, I'm I'm certified, so I also have to ask these questions.
No.
Okay.
No.
And they only persist when your rage happens.
When I'm about to rage, I can kind of hear them now, but they're very quiet now.
Huh.
But I have just kind of calmed down out of the rage.
Huh. And you see she kind of gets up, kind of fixes her glasses a little bit and goes, I think I've heard of something like this before. And she's going to make a history check. And you see she kind of like rubs her, her bearded chin and goes, hang on. And you see she gets up in her like bookshelves that she has. She rummages through and kind of pulls out a book and goes,
She turns around and I'm laying down in the chair.
She turns around and she goes, I mean, yeah, it's fine. I can suplex you later. No, stay.
I mean, it's
stay.
comfy.
Hey, if it's comfy, I can just pile drive you later. It's fine. And you see that she sits back in the chair and she goes, I think this might help for you. And you see it is a book of a lore of ancient weapons. And she goes, that hammer you got there.
Yes.
You don't have to play coy. We kind of already know.
All right.
You're a Thundercaller fall from home, huh?
I like to travel.
Travel. Well, traveling's good. I think what might be going on is because you have had a lot of distress with the traveling. We picked you all up in the desert. And with the amalgamation, and you said that this is the first time you've ever raged?
Yes.
So that also could be a compound of your rage. And again, I think we can definitely run some tests, but I don't think it's anything psychologically or anything mental health wise. So I think that's good, but we're always going to run some tests just to be sure. But I think if it's that, it might have something to do with your connection with the hammer. Do they tell you anything specific?
No, with the hammer, they kind of tell you have to learn on your own as you go.
Remind me again, because my Thundercaller or my giant culture is a little rusty. But that hammer is passed down from... It's an ancestral weapon, right? It's like passed down from generation, and those who claim worthy shall wield the power of the blah, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the hammer's trying to reach out to you? Maybe the reason why he's doing this now is either because of some extraneous stress where you left, and that maybe something's happening. Something's changing in you.
So should I talk to my hammer?
Again, that I'm not fully sure. Like, honestly, if it gets worse and worse and you can't drown it out, then for sure. I mean, we can do some more tests if you like. We can do like a sleep test to see if something, or just do some actual psychological evaluations.
Why don't we do all of that too then, just to be safe?
Alright, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Do you want to do that now, or did you want to do that after your son does the...
Let's do it after the debriefing.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And, hey, just letting you know, rage is a great tool. It is a fire that can burn down an entire fucking forest. But sometimes you don't need to burn down a forest. Sometimes all you really want to do is fuck up a singular tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, I do know you're about to say don't lay down in your chair ever, your couch ever again.
Well, I mean, you said it for me, so technically that was already implied. But thank you for beating me to the punch.
Yeah.
But
yeah, speaking of punching, I duck because I know she's about to punch.
You see that she kind of like reaches out her finger. She just kind of pulls her finger back and goes, but the point is, when you're raging, think of it instead of like a forest fire and more like a forging fire. think of it as, instead of this uncontrollable force, something that you can use to temper the steel of your weapon or your tactics. Just might help you out a little bit.
Alright.
Alright. We're gonna run some tests, but I think Yasen's a little salty you all wanted to break before she did her big speech.
I start heading back, but I'm also just like, feels like trash is gonna get us killed.
And would anybody else like to do anything?
Ayana's waiting for the debriefer so she can go get drunk.
Okay. You just kind of like, I imagine that as everybody
You can show up to the debriefing drunk.
I also do want to check on him.
Okay.
Where is
Well, everybody was at one
Bloodhound.
place, but now, you actually see now Bloodhound is walking in the halls. You see Bloodhound has like a cardigan on and like the glass. She looks more relaxed. And she's actually walking and like giving counseling guidance to Gildarts. He goes, yeah, like also anytime if you ever need to talk, I know I kind of like I'm gonna fuck you all up, but like that's one of my jobs here, but like. I really try not to take it too far, but like if I do, just let me know. Stop. And if there's anything that is super concerning.
You hit me with a tree on our first day.
Well, I mean, but did you die? Did you die is my better question.
Did you die though?
I mean, you bring up a valid point, but I mean, that's
Yeah,
still
so if I bring up a valid point, then it doesn't matter, right?
Just go to
But it doesn't matter, right?
Go to an extreme.
Does it matter?
Have a fucking
right?
go if you think you're hard enough.
She's like getting in your face. She's like, you know what? Nope. I have my glasses on. I have my vest up. I have my cardigan on. Comfy. I am warm.
That cardigan is really very nice.
Oh yeah, thanks. No, it's like it's like made of dire sheep wool.
Oh god.
It's comfy
so soft.
shit. But point is, ever need to talk, my office is always open. Oh. Hey. What that's great. What's up, Joken?
how's it going?
And bonding.
I don't believe that for a second.
I mean, you can believe what you want.
Listen here, you little
I
shit.
basically just look at Gildarts. I mean, with Zara at my side, I just pat Zara's like head and I show Gildarts. I just hold up the same badge as him. Well, I guess I'll stay here for a little bit longer.
Yeah, it can't
Just
hurt.
just tossing and catching it.
Can't hurt.
That's what you think. Come on, Zara.
Oh, okay. Hi, Uncle Gildarts. Hi, big scary lady. He goes, hi, little angel boy.
And for God's
I
sake,
pat-
I look at Bloodhound.
I've walked behind him, but I also, when he says hi, Uncle Gildarts, I pat him on the head.
Yeah.
I basically look at Bloodhound.
What?
Visit you later.
I mean, alright. Office is always open. You see, she's kind of like standing there. She's like, scratches her cardigan for a minute. She goes, I'm gonna go fucking take this thing off.
I was just saying in the back of my head as I'm walking back with Zara, what the hell's that weird cardigan on?
Look, man, she put it on when I came into the office.
Why?
I don't have to tell you anything. You're not my fucking mom.
I know what type you like.
Shut up.
Freaking creep.
So with that, I'll say that took probably about like an hour or hour and a half. You all get a somewhat passive aggressive note from Yasen saying to meet in the meeting room, and both you Gildarts and Zhao Ken know that's the meeting room you guys first popped into.
The one where I fainted.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you all see that there is tea ready, as you see that Yasen is just kind of sipping tea.
Oh, I'll have some of that tea.
Please, help yourself.
I just sit with the badge.
Ooh, is this oolong?
Just spinning it.
Huh.
Is this oolong?
So you did decide to take the badge.
Oh, hush you.
And you see she kind of like cocks her head to the side, confused. She goes, why, Mr. Zhao Ken? I have absolutely no idea what you mean.
In my head, so full of shit, so full of shit, so full of shit.
And you see she pulls out a box. She goes, if you would like, you can place it in here.
keep it
It's
in
the
the
same.
box.
It's the same box.
I was looking at that. I was just like,
Do you open the box?
no.
Are you gonna clean that up?
Okay. Well, the box is just there. She just put it over to your side. Just kind of patted it a couple times and sat down.
It's just not, I just look at her. Now you're just screwing with me.
Silence and blank face, and she just kind of looks confused. She goes, "I don't know what you mean." She goes, "So, once again, as I brought up the question about an hour and a half ago, but that's fine. I understand you all need to take some time for yourselves. Questions, comments, concerns?"
It was some fucked up shit in there.
Indeed.
And that's on period.
Indeed.
For you guys, that's just the tip of the fucking iceberg.
I saw everything.
No, you did not.
They showed me
I
everything.
saw everything.
They showed me everything.
Yeah, you show up.
Oh, they showed me?
Valkyrie just kind of leads you in. You have like your rifle, and you see Yasen looks at you and goes, "Ah, you wanted to wait for your debriefing to get a firearm." And you see that she kind of just sips her tea. She's just staring
That's
at you.
none of my business.
I realized that what Gilbert said. I was like, oh, right, yeah.
Have a seat, Mr. Trask.
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, you're in. I don't say that though.
She's just sipping her tea.
I'll say it.
I just have like something to write with just in case you end up telling us anything.
So,
Alright, so now what do we get to do?
well, now I basically tell you the whole function of the organization.
Oh boy.
Oh man, you decided to join up, huh?
Yeah, it was on the fact that I'm contractually obligated. Next.
She just kind of looks at you and goes, "My Mr. Jalkid, you're not contractually obligated to do anything."
Can point to the box.
She goes, "You're welcome to open it. You're welcome to put the badge back."
Just thinking back as to what happened with Zara, I was like, I'm not even gonna try and play this Paladin's game.
You see, the DM is smiling, but you said
I know you're smiling.
You see that she kind of like settles back and
I'm not playing
goes,
this game.
"Very well, then. Bureau of Occultic Observation is not at the beginning of what you all think it was at first. Beforehand, we used to be known as a private strike force known as the Order of the Gauntlet. Most of the time, we were usually of taking care of threats of the supernatural entities and from extraplanar entities. However, most of that all shifted from the day of mourning, and I'm sure you all are well aware of that fact, that explosion happened, destroyed practically the nation of Sire during the Great War, and nobody seems to know what or who could have caused it. This struck up a treaty known as the Thronehold Accords with the all warring nations to cease matters of warfare against each other and to figure and cooperatively talk and communicate with one another in order to find the source. However, not everybody is wishing to play nice. Your job basically breaks up into three parts. As Blood Mother, as Bloodhound likes to eloquently put it, your jobs are to hunt monsters, kill wizards, and get loot. Hunting monsters, anytime that there is a supernatural entity that is threatening either a countryside, child's bed, or any sort of city or any urban with any people involved, you all are sent to investigate, and if you are not able to relocate the creature, then to eliminate it. Hunt monsters. What you all saw in the Death House, once again, was a simulation and a collective of the previous memories of what we all had to experience as agents. They were jumbled and mixed, but one thing to be certain is cults. You all are going to deal with a lot of cult activity, a lot of spooky shit, and there are going to be circles within circles. That is how cults work, that is how they operate, and that is how they shall stay until the ends of time.
All these squares make a circle.
Indeed. Your job is to find any rogue cabals that are wanting to claim power for themselves and eliminate them, either by detaining them and bringing them into the Bureau for further questioning, or disassembling entire terrorist organization cells. Kill wizards. Get loot. Because of the activities of the last war, and after the hundreds of years that it left on the land, not only was a lot of great arcanical technological advances upon us, but that also had people researching new and interesting ways to kill one another. Various magical items that seemed to have been lost and stolen, now unearthed and examined, or foolish adventurers going to places where they didn't need to be, plundering their riches and scattering the lost treasures to wreak havoc in the wind. Our job is to reclaim those that we deem to be highly unsafe, and put them in our vault, where no one, not even us, can access them until we find a proper way to destroy them. Yes.
Question. Where's my weapon?
Mr. Zhao can think about that question for a second.
Yep, never mind.
Why?
You see, she just kind of like nods her head.
Fair enough.
Second question, follow up to his.
Yes.
Why haven't you taken my weapon?
Well, it is considered your ancestral weapon. It's not magical. At least, not as of yet. It doesn't pose a threat or a hindrance to anyone at the moment.
What is the deal with that hammer?
I don't know.
If we're looking at him, we both look at him.
I don't know.
Why do you want to know?
Well, if I'm going to be part of this team, if there's a magical item that could cause danger to myself or our teammates, I would like to know.
That's the thing. I don't know what's up with the hammer.
Yeah, we used to use it to go ahead and hammer in the fence pickets at home.
No, we
Son?
didn't. That was actually a different one.
No, I used that one specifically.
Why would you use my family's hammer? Why did you use my family's hammer for the fence picket?
Honestly,
You know my uncle, if he found out, would have killed you.
You see,
I
like, as
honestly
you all are
left a
having this
note for
conversation,
you,
you see
Seth.
Yasen is still kind of like watching you all, kind of like her hands curled, like resting her chin on him. She's just watching.
to be fair, I did leave a note and said it was you.
Is that why I got beat up on my third birthday?
No, that was something else. That was something else. That was a plan gone wrong.
Mr. Trast, I believe you posed a question?
Do you know anything about this hammer?
Indeed.
Care to enlighten us?
Not at the moment.
Oof. Don't you think it
It got me.
prevalent that we know all of our tools at our disposal?
Indeed.
Does Rune know about
Exhibit
the
A.
hammer?
So then would you tell us about the hammer, please?
Not at the moment.
Does Rune know
There's
anything
no
about the
winning
hammer?
this.
Mr. Gerards, I would suggest you examine that question again.
I would imagine he does.
You see, she just kind of not smirks, but she just kind of like tilts her head a little bit. Anything else, Mr. Trust?
Is there a mission for us?
Not for a couple of days, I would assume. It's going to take some getting used to as we're getting most of our agents back into the field. You all are the first batch of recruits that we've had for a while, and while everyone's been working practically double shifts and overtimes, myself and Vakri, as you see, Vakri's just kind of been standing there silently next to Yasen, we are going to be leaving soon. There is a conference that we need to be attending, and important business people and important people that we need to shake hands with.
Business, business, business. Business, business, business.
Is there
All right.
anything else you need from us then?
No, but I would highly suggest you all go to Fix-It and Tin Man's garage. As all new agents, you all get new gear. I would highly suggest you all go there and pick up your new armaments. They might prove useful in the field. And if not, we can always modify them.
Fair enough. Tomorrow then, everyone.
Alright, it's kind of.
What time
Ayana's
is it
already
now?
kind of like walking out the door,
And
like.
you would
Oh.
gather
I kinda
it's
want-
probably about like it's late.
Late.
You guys were in there for like it seemed to have been you guys were actually in there for like a good like 18 hours.
Then I'll just ask Yosin, are there any other jobs that you also would have us do around here?
I haven't decided as of yet.
Because I have a really pondered question as to how you guys are staying so secured for being a secret agency and all that fun stuff.
Well,
Agency.
I suppose the secureness is in the fact that we are a secret agency. Is that correct? Once again,
No,
I
not
really
really.
suggest you should. Again, I really suggest you should examine the question before you answer it again.
Over.
Look at that excited anyway.
Well then, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I wish you all the best of luck. I'll see you in a matter of days.
Have a good night, you son.
Have a good night, and congratulations on your effort,
You
rookies.
sure you don't want to tell us about that hammer?
You see that she just kind of gets up and starts to leave.
See what you
I
do.
look at Gildar, so it's just like,
Enjoy your tea. And the door closes.
Turn to Beckery. Is she always so cryptic?
You see Vackery just kind of like, nah. Come along, Vackery. Yes, director.
I'm still looking-
And you see
I'm
he
still
just
looking
kind of
at
like
Gilbert's
turns
attention.
and walks.
Talk to you later, sir.
As soon as they walk out the office, I was like this. Well, it's a good thing I have this book.
you know what?
I was like, it's a good thing I found this book at the
Let me see
mansion.
that book.
I needed it to
I know,
know.
I just want to see it.
No,
Yeah, why won't you let me see it?
because I needed to know about the hammer.
That's great. You know what I'm going to do with the book, too, if you give it to me. Right?
This-
I do know that.
Can you read?
Is our
I graduated top of my class. It's
And
cool.
that
We only
is
have one
where
class.
we are going to end
There's
the
one.
first part of our interlude
Awesome.
for the Tales of Adventure Agents of Boo.
Delicious for you, baby.
Join our heroes next week as they continue to investigate the dark corners of Beaure, lurking closer than you may believe.